Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to the Tuesday, April 28th, 2026 meeting of the Denton County Commissioners Court. We're glad we have so many individuals with us today here in the courtroom, and also those watching online. We're glad to have you spending your time with us today. At this time, I'd like to welcome for our invocation this morning, David Clements. He's our Sheriff's Office Chaplain, and Mr. Clements will lead us in our invocation, and our pledges will be led by Chief Roger White from the Sheriff's Office. If you'll please stand.
Let's pray. Lord, I thank you for this day that you have made. We thank you for the many blessings that come from your hand. As we honor the corrections officers this week, thank you for their faithfulness to the call of God as ministers who maintain liberty and justice for all. Give them all wisdom and understanding as they walk worthy of the service that you have chosen for them. May they be strengthened with all might according to your glorious power. We pray for all the law enforcement in this county and all the county employees as they serve this community. Protect our local and national leaders from all harm. Be their refuge and their fortress. Deliver them from the snare of the fowler. Guide their steps according to your word. We lift up this Commissioners Court meeting today. Give them wisdom as they make important decisions. May God's blessings, which surpasses all understanding, and God's peace prevail in all their deliberations. Give them strength, discernment, and the ability to work together. May your goodness pass over all the residents of Denton County today. We pray for all our soldiers from Denton County deployed across this land and around the world. Lord, bless this great state of Texas, bless America, and we thank you for this day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Please join me in the pledge to the United States. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now to the great state of Texas. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Well, thank you, Mr. Clements, and thank you, Mr. White. I appreciate y'all assisting this morning. First of all, let's go to item 1, which is for public input for items not listed on the agenda. And we have 3 registered speakers this morning. And I would like to remind our speakers that for our public comment forms, those are limited to 3 minutes, and we will set a timer and ask y'all to respectfully stay within those allotted time slots. And the first one is Mr. Crispin Miller. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge Eads, commissioners.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Let's make sure that microphone is turned on. You're speaking
yes.
to that. There we go. Let's start over.
Okay.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, judges and commissioners. Good to see you again. I'm here again this morning in order to introduce my sister Abigail, who is our family naturalist. As many of you know, she lives on the farm that was our grandparents' farm. And when we were financially forced to develop about half of it, we have resolutely kept set aside the other half as nature preservation area. And this is Abigail's study area. And the study area for anyone else who would want to come see a region that a tract which has probably never been plowed, and which has consequently an amazing number of plants, grasses, herbs, wildflowers on it. And as Abigail will describe, she gets out and documents these and has an impressive number of certified species photographs of these species on this land. So Abigail, you should probably work on getting up here to the microphone.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Abigail doesn't walk easily these days, but she has a flatbed shopping cart from a garden center, which is massive enough that it can serve as an all-terrain walker.
Oh, well, that's great.
And she piles a little stool on top of it and heads out into the field. And when she comes to something interesting, she unloads the stool and sits on it and focuses a photograph.
Oh, good. Well, good morning.
In the last couple of years, I've gotten a lot sore. I apologize. Thank you for giving me some time. I moved the property in 1990, and I walked over it for the next 15 years and got fairly familiar with everything. In 2016, I joined the iNaturalist project online, and I have been documenting species since then. I have documented about 611 species on the property, mostly plants, because they hold still to be photographed. I have also, in the last 7 years or so, joined the project Feeder Watch Online, and so 2 days a week all winter I document birds that visit the feeder, which have become somewhat reduced as the area is being developed. There are 3 large developments that when I moved out were open land. Now 4 because of the property we have sold. So the birds are somewhat diminished. And the wildlife also, one of the reasons I moved the property was that I was cleaning up after a tenant and saw a gray fox. And it was right outside the house. And I was so embarrassed that I thought, well, wait a minute. You know, I have a job. I can pay my mother rent. I can move here. So you might say, I grew up at 39 when I moved there, because it was one of those situations when I'm growing up, I want to live at the ridge, and I finally did. So we do want to preserve part of the cross timbers there, even though we have been forced to develop it. I don't guess I have anything further.
Well, Ms. Miller, thank you for your spirit of conservation and for documenting the species out there. And if we need to talk offline, Mr. Miller, we can do that if there's any action steps that if you're asking for the county. But we do appreciate that report.
How would we reach you?
Teresa can get your contact information, and we have it right here as well, so we can reach out. I need to get your, if we can read, if you could get with them, Teresa, that would be great. Yep. All right.
Thank you, folks.
Next is Turid. If you'll come forward. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Be sure to speak into that mic,
Yeah.
Ms. Turry.
Can you
Thank
hear me now?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
Yeah. So, in order to preserve what we find so dear with the cross timbers, we need to think in terms of comprehensive plans, development plans. Today, what we our experience when we try to make half of the property residential, half of the property preservation in perpetuity, and related to a museum for architecture with focused on the mid-century architects. We find that it's so many different authorities who don't talk with each other. And for developers, we have then experienced a history of deception. They talk with one authority, tell one story, tell another authority, and tell one story, and all of a sudden, this morning, I stay and we tried to help, you know. Right. I bought back a property so they could have a sound drainage plan, 500K, okay, vær så god. And all of a sudden they say, no, we don't need that, we do something else. And then they say, okay, they talk with the fire marshal and try to get a plan for a propane tank in a residential area. That's fine. I'm not against development. I am a developer myself. I've done this work for 60 years.
Right.
But we need to talk together in order to protect safety and drainage.
Correct.
And what we see is that the stories which goes from one authority to another, they don't match. And it's a system in it from the developer side.
Okay.
So you need to give the county the authority to make decision across the walls. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
know
you.
you will do it, but it takes
We're all
time.
about process improvement, so thank you so much. All right, that is all of our public comments for items not listed on the agenda. Let's proceed next to, we have lots of guests with us today. We want to be sure to respect their time as well. And let's go to, we're going to go to item 3B, which is approval of a proclamation recognizing May the 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as National Correctional Officers Week. And who do we have with it? Oh, there's the sheriff. Good morning. You like that sentence? Oh, there's the sheriff. So, good morning, sir.
Usually when people say that, they're not as happy as you are, Judge.
That is correct. Good morning.
I just wanted to come forward very quickly. Thank you for this proclamation. And you know, our detention officers, our correctional officers are often forgotten, but this court has not forgotten them because we're talking about them all the time. And I thank you for your support of these men and women who do a largely thankless job. I had to learn when I was elected sheriff much about what they do and what they go through on a daily basis, and the appreciation and the respect that I have for these men and women is immeasurable. It's immense. It's the toughest job we have, and it's a calling like everything else, and it takes very special people. And I've stood before this court many times and told you, and I mean it, that's a job that I don't think I could do. And I've been in this business for 38 years, and it's the love I have for them and just what they do on a daily basis, and they are true public servants, and their job is to be firm, but also to take care of our incarcerated individuals. It's one of the things that separates America from the rest of the world is how we treat those who are incarcerated. And they take this responsibility very seriously. They do a professional job, and as of today, we're right at 75% staffed. We have a lot.
That's an applause line. Yeah, really.
You know, there's an old saying, you don't appreciate it until it's gone or it's not there. And I promise you, you guys know as well as I do that.
Exactly.
When we didn't have the staffing, when we weren't there, how difficult that was for the county and for the sheriff's office. And I'm extremely thankful for these men and women. And I will tell you also that when we used to get 1 or 2 applications a month, we have so many right now that it's taken us a long time to weed through them and get through them. Of course, as you guys know, it's an intense process of background and TCO regulations and things we have to go to. Our folks who do our background investigations are all day long. They're doing these, which is a good thing. And it's we've always had these folks who have been willing to serve and willing to put their lives on the line for the community. There for a while, I was wondering if there were any more of those folks out there, and I'm proud to report that there are, and they're coming to us. But I appreciate these guys. I appreciate everything they do, and I absolutely love them for what they do. They do a remarkable job, so thank you for this proclamation.
Very good, thank you. All right, so I'll go ahead and read this proclamation. You want some comments? This is a court proclamation recognizing National Correctional Officers Week for May the 3rd through the 9th, 2026. In the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, during their regular session on the 28th day of April, 2026, considered the following proclamation. Whereas the week of May 3rd, 2026 to May 9th, 2026 is a time to show our appreciation and recognize the corrections profession and the difficult and at times dangerous nature of corrections work. Whereas the Denton County Jail operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The detention officers are dedicated professionals ready to persevere through any challenge that comes their way. These men and women are the backbone of the sheriff's office, and they consistently exemplify professionalism, integrity, and strength in a job that is often taken for granted. Every day they endure what the public does not see by protecting and managing criminal offenders in a safe environment. And whereas our detention officers are highly trained professionals who invest hundreds of hours in specialized training and continuing education to ensure their own safety and that of the inmates. These officers play a critical role in maintaining public safety. They work closely with perpetrators and are expected to carry out their duties in a fair, ethical, and humane manner. Despite being aware of the details of the crime committed by those within their care and custody, they are expected to remain impartial and perform their duties even in the face of verbal insults, threats, and assaults during each shift. And whereas it is appropriate to set aside a week and recognize the vital and critical role our detention officers provide in keeping our communities safe. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Denton County Commissioners Court of Denton County, Texas, does hereby proclaim the week of May the 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as National Correctional Officers Week in Denton County. We urge our citizens to join the Commissioners Court in commending all correctional officers for their dedication to duty, professionalism, and commitment to public safety, rehabilitation, and maintenance of security within the correctional facilities. They demonstrate courage in challenging, often dangerous environments, serving as vital yet frequently unappreciated components of the justice system. Done in open court, that's the 28th day of April, 2026, upon a motion made by?
Move.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Mitchell. Well, I just want to echo the comments of the sheriff and say thank you so much for answering the call to public service. It's a tough environment over there. We try to make it as Denton County overall is a great place to work, but we understand that the situations you face are very challenging at times. We appreciate you coming in every day, day after day, keeping a good attitude as you serve the public through your career. And the correctional officers are a key component to our criminal justice system. You know, many times you think of the people out on patrol as the front line, and they are, and I will not take that from them, but you are on the front line as well internally. And so we appreciate all that you do. You're, like I say, a critical part of the criminal justice system and the public safety to keep our communities safe. So thank you. And I'm so pleased that we're at such a great number of the positions being filled. The Commissioners Court's worked very hard, the Sheriff's Office works hard, HR, Gustavo, y'all have all worked very hard to get us to that point. So thank you. And that doesn't just happen. So thank you very much. Members, are there any comments you would like to make?
I echo what the judge says. Thank you so much. You know, you think about law enforcement in general and the job that they do, but if you don't ever have to call on them, you just think about them. But I want to thank you for the job that you do, not only out in the field, but behind the scenes, as the judge says. Nothing can work in our nation right now without our law enforcement. We need you to continue to enforce the laws, treat the people with dignity, and Sheriff, I know you all do that, but I just want to appreciate you from my standpoint of all you've done for me and all you are doing for my family. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, and I know you see on TV how the people treat especially the correctional officers, and you wonder how they take it. Y'all stand up and take it, all the abuse, and I want to appreciate you for taking that abuse. I hate that you have to take that abuse, but I appreciate that you take that abuse and make Denton County a great place to live and work. But if you do wrong, we're going to put you in jail. Thank you.
All right, any other comments? I think, we might end it on, okay, Commissioner Edmondson.
Thank you, Commissioner Mitchell. What you said was so good. And after the events of this week, where we saw another assassination attempt on our president, and we saw the law enforcement on site leap into action and literally save the president's life, I think we can't say enough about law enforcement in general, and this week, especially for our detention officers. Thank you for what you all do. I remember last year when we were so shorthanded, some of you were working triple shifts just to make sure that everybody was taken care of according to TICO standards. So thank you for what you're doing. I hope you know how much we do appreciate y'all.
Perfect, thank you. Anyone else? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just real quick, thank you to the men and women that have signed up to do this very difficult job. We absolutely appreciate it. As the sheriff and others have said, we were in a very low state at one point in time, and this makes us all breathe a little easier to have as many individuals that we do in our corrections at this point in time, and absolutely thankless job. But I do want to say thank you. And obviously, we're only recognizing it for a week, but that's, unfortunately, you don't just work for a week. But we really do appreciate it. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Any other comments?
I just want to also express my thanks to all of our correctional officers. It really is. I'm quite confident, Sheriff, that I can't do that job. I know you think you can, but I know I can't. That is so tough. I'm telling you, this strength that you all have, the courage and the grit, is amazing. Because I've been to the jail, actually, not in just on a tour.
Well, is it the truth?
Yeah.
Were you just on tour or were you in jail?
I was just on tour
Okay.
a couple of times, but being there, I got to see firsthand, not what you see all the time, but in that glimpse of how hard that job is. But also, what I was so amazed at is how professional that job was done, and I just thank all of you guys for that.
Well, very good. All right. Hearing other comments, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I'd like for all of y'all to come down front here for a big group picture.
Okay.
Bobby, why don't we stand
Got
here?
a box,
So
so.
we'll have them all.
Yeah, I can just, one up here, we'll stand up there.
Then we'll go down there and shake their hands.
Yeah. I was like, who's running the jail? They're all over here, so. This would be a nice picture this way.
We're trying to get out of it.
Yeah, everybody, come on.
Special ops.
Plenty of room there.
We got special
Everybody
ops.
squeeze in.
Yeah. Gotta get you in the picture.
All right, Eric's good. Okay, let's look up. Here we go. Let's get a picture up above. Eric, and then we'll come down and take one down below. Okay. All right, everybody. All right, looks down here at Carrie, down on the first level, right here. Good, 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 good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Guys, appreciate it.
All right. Well, great. Well, next let's go to item 3C, which is approval of a proclamation recognizing May 2026 as National Preservation Month. And if I'll go ahead and have our group from our museum and Historic Commission, if y'all come down front here, we'd love to. Kim, did you want to say something, or Kelsey? Who wants to?
Kelsey's gonna say it.
Kelsey. Good morning, Kelsey.
Good morning. I did. Yeah. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners.
Absolutely.
For recognizing National Preservation Month here in Denton County. This year, we're celebrating our 5th annual Denton Revealed Preservation Month series of events. And on behalf of the Denton County Office of History and Culture, along with my colleague Kib Cupit, we'd like to recognize our co-sponsors, the City of Denton and the Denton Public Library, represented by Cameron Robertson and
Hey,
Don
you.
Teresi. We also have several of our wonderful partners in attendance today, including Jason Bodor and Molly Carter with the Downtown Denton Foundation. Tommy Calvert, did you come up here? No. With the Old Alton Cemetery Association. Jackie Norrell with the Flower Mound Historical Commission.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to welcome back past partners, but also to welcome our new partners. One of our big goals this year was to spread our preservation footprint within the county. And so we are partnering and hosting events in Crum, Justin, and Flower Mound this year. And so many of these wonderful events are planned to help promote our historic places within the county and to promote heritage tourism, as well as show the social and economic benefits of historic preservation. And you see on the screen here, we have our lineup this year. And so our first kickoff event is this Saturday. It's a Southridge Neighborhood Walking Tour here in Denton. Next week, we have a Preservation Month story time at the Emily Fowler Library. And the Crum City Hall and the Crum Heritage Museum are hosting an event showcasing their the Santa Fe Depot. They're in the process of restoring it. We're doing an Old Alton Cemetery tour, which we found out is actually, now it's in the city limits of Denton, is the oldest cemetery in Denton, right? Yes, okay.
In the city of Denton, yes.
In the city of Denton.
That we know about, yeah.
We're also, in the city of Denton, yeah. We're also hosting a special kind of sneak peek at the restoration of the Fine Arts Theater in downtown Denton. And the library is hosting a workshop introducing their Legacy Lab. We also have, this is the 5th year of the Denton Historic Bar Tour, thanks to the Downtown Foundation. And we are hosting a vintage short film festival. And then the Gibson Grant Log House in Flower Mound is hosting their Spring Jubilee. So, thank you.
Very busy week.
Very
a
busy
month.
month,
Very busy
yes,
month,
yes.
month, very busy month. So this is great. Well, thank y'all so much for all that you do year round. And let me go ahead and get this proclamation. Did anyone else want to make any comments? Jackie, did anybody want to make any comments? Anyone?
Well, I did want to really bring up that the Gibson Grant Log House, of course, Judge Eads, thank you so much, and Ms. Mitchell. We are having the Jubilee, and we're expecting a crowd of about 250 to 300 on May 30th, and we'd love to have each and every one of you there. We have a colossal amount of individuals coming from the community and around the state. So I'd love to see all of you there. And we have our proclamation and our historical marker now, so we're the real deal.
Perfect, perfect, yes. That was a great project between the county and the state and municipality.
Thank you.
All right, so let's do a court proclamation recognizing May as National Preservation Month. The Commissioners Court of Denton County, Texas, meeting in regular session on April 28, 2026, consider the following proclamation. Whereas the National Trust for Historic Preservation established May as Preservation Month in 1973 to promote historic places for the purpose of instilling national and community pride, promoting heritage tourism, and showing the social and economic benefits of historic preservation. And whereas Denton County and the city of Denton are celebrating with their 5th annual Denton Revealed Preservation Month 2026, a series of events that has significantly instilled awareness of local historically significant buildings, landmarks, and historic districts within Denton County. And whereas Denton Revealed highlights the history of our lives and contributions made by dedicated individuals and groups across Denton County to work to preserve our local heritage. And whereas Denton County continues to demonstrate its commitment to preservation by collecting local artifacts, restoring historic structures, and educating the public through programs, museum exhibitions, and site tours. And now, therefore, be it resolved, the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, does hereby recognize May 2026 as National Preservation Month, done in open court. That's the 28th day of April 2026 upon a motion by the chair. Second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? Well, I just want to say thank you all so much. Preservation really takes multiple partners. It takes vision. It takes activism. And really I appreciate the good work that each and every one of you are doing professionally and then also volunteering to make Denton County's history come to life. So thank y'all so much. Appreciate you. Any other comments? All right, here.
Thank you. I want to thank you, I'm sorry, Judge, for the history lessons that you're teaching everyone. And it's so important that we preserve, we try to preserve our bodies, but we need to also preserve our historical landmarks, our lands, and we need to preserve the nature. We've got to make sure that when we leave this earth, that somebody else will be able to enjoy it. And if we don't preserve it now, it will all be gone. And I want to thank the judge. I'm going to give you a plug, Judge, because there's no one here that likes to preserve things more than you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, why is he preserving that? But he is.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah, okay. He's an advocate of preservation. So if you want something preserved, call the judge. He'll make sure that it gets done. So I thank you all for all the work that you do in Denton County on behalf of Denton County. It's wonderful. Thank you.
It's when we're doing preservation, I think one of my favorite collections that we got recently was Donna Trammell's collection of all her scripts and artifacts from her years of producing shows here and musicals here in Denton County. I just encourage everyone on this dais and everyone in the audience and everyone out there to just be aware of collections and things that you can, that many times people have artifacts, they don't know who to leave them to, or no one may want them. But I would just like to say, if anyone's watching this, give our museums a call or give me a call. We'd be happy to come visit with you about that and let it have a good home for others to appreciate as well. So it's amazing. That's why we named our Department of Office of History and Culture, because it's about preserving not only the past, but the life and times that we're living in today, because it will be the history of the future. So, all right. Hearing no other comments, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Let's go down and take a picture real quick.
Judge, good morning, Judge, Commissioners. You know me. I couldn't be in here without saying something today. I love to get in front of y'all and talk. I would like to say I take my hat off to all these folks that do such a great job with the historical up there, preserving our past, and also sharing that with our younger people today that have come to our county or maybe live here that don't know the history of Denton County. So I'm very proud of all the work that they do, and I appreciate the opportunities that I've had to work with them and continue to work with them. So thank you all for your support, too.
Well, Tommy's a perfect example. He and I have been talking for 20 years. He's had all these farm implements and equipment and everything, and he said, back when I was Commissioner, I've got all this stuff I would like to donate to the county, and a lot of these local farmers would like for it to go to a good home. And I said, keep us in mind. We just don't have any place to put it, And now that the court has acquired some land. I told him, okay, we need to start loading it up. So we have a place to put some of that. So anyway, that's what it's about. Sometimes it's all about the timing, but it's also about being mindful about preservation. So thank you so much. All right, let's go down and do our item. Thank you all so much.
Take our photo. Okay.
We're going to see you on Thursday. Yes. Yes. So we're excited.
Always good to see you.
Oh, do you want this? I do. Yep, thank you.
Hang out with the judge and he'll preserve you.
Yeah, that's right, hopefully.
Yeah. Let's preserve. That's right.
Okay. Let's go. We did that. Let's go to item 4A, which is our public hearing to consider the placement of all-way stop signs at Lake Crest Lane and Byram Lane, Lake Crest Lane and Gale Lane, Lake Crest Lane and Lake Vista Lane, Lake Haven Lane and Byram Lane, Lake Haven Lane and Gale Lane, Lake Haven Lane and Lake Vista Lane and Byram Lane, Lake Vista Lane and Atwell Lane, Lake Vista Lane and Gale Lane, Lakeview Lane and Byram Lane, Lakeview Lane and Atwell Lane, Lakeview Lane and Gale Lane in the Vacation Village Estate Subdivision, and any appropriate action. Do we have a motion to open a public hearing?
So moved.
We have a motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Williams. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We are in a public hearing. We'll go ahead. Good morning, Tina.
Good morning. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners.
Let's make sure to speak into that microphone or move it over just a wee bit. There you go.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. And I apologize for the long, there's 12 intersections there.
That was a tongue twister, but I made it through it.
It's kind of complicated. But anyway, thank you for opening up this public hearing for us. We have several people from the community, I believe, that are also wanted to speak too. So I'm going to go through a brief kind of introduction of what we've gone through and kind of what we looked at. Vacation Village Estates is in Precinct 2. We had some the community come up and talk to us, and Commissioner Faulkner and Isabel had scheduled a town hall for us to also talk to them. One of their concerns and asks was for us to put all-way stops at all their cross streets. We went out there and looked at it. One of the things that we kind of found is when we're out there, you know, this subdivision has been, I believe the plat was in the 1960s, so it is an established subdivision that's been there for a while, and with that you get a lot of growth, you get fences, you get a lot of mature landscaping and things of that, and that's one of the things when we went out and looked at the cross streets, there was, in some areas, there were some vision. Now, all that is, they're well within their rights, they're in their property, so it wasn't encroachments that we found, it was actually, so that's one of the reasons why we're here to support the addition of the stop signs. Okay. By Transportation Code Title VI, this gives the Sheriff's Office and the police the authority to, if y'all decide to pass it through court, the regulation authority. One of the things is required with that is also a public hearing, and that's what we're here today to discuss. And of course, Judge, you read this morning the notice of the public hearing of all 12 intersections, and I'm going to kind of go through those so everybody can kind of see those visually. Whereas this is where Vacation Village is near the lake, and these are the 12 intersections, and I'm going through them one by one.
Tina, do you mind if I interject?
Sure.
So can you go back to that last one? Let's
see.
Commissioners and Judge, by the way, thank you so much to Tina and Isabel for doing all this. But to that last slide,
was that the aerial?
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason I like that one for you all is that the real issue is speed on these streets, and there was talk about speed bumps and all that, which are not really something we can do.
Right.
But you see, look at those north-south, the vertical streets. Those are long straightaways, and having lived on a long straightaway street in the past, when you have a long straightaway with nothing stopping you, even those good intentions, sometimes you go way over the speed limit. And this is a neighborhood with lots of kids and lots of dogs and things. I mean, there's just lots of things there that can get hurt and with speed. So I just wanted you to see,
The straightaway there.
That's really what is, I think, causing a lot of this issue. And I think which was a combination of ideas from lots of people, including Tina and Jody and others. But I just wanted to interject that. Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
Thank you for those comments, Commissioner. All right, did you have any other comments, Tina, before we heard from the residents?
The only thing, I was just going to kind of go through the intersections and
Okay.
kind of show you where we're looking at. Byram runs all the way across. It's one of the cross streets. It does run all the way across from Lake Crest to Lakeview. And this currently, Byram does stop at every intersection. Well, this will make these always stop. So Lake Crest and Byram at this Lake Haven at Byram, Lake Vista at Byram, and Lake View at Byram. Those will be always stops now. There's a couple other cross streets in here. I'm going to go over. Okay, Atwell Lane. That's kind of that's between Lake Vista and Lake View. And these will become currently Atwell stops, but Lake Vista and Lakeview Lane do not. If this is passed today, this will make this an always stop here and always stop here. And then Gale Lane is actually in two little places, but they don't connect. Gale Lane is in between Lake Crest and Lake Haven, right here. And currently Gale stops, but Lake Crest does not and Lake Haven does not. If this passes, this will make this an always stop here and always stop here. And then Gale Lane is also between Lake Vista and Lake View. So will be the same thing. There will be a always stop here and always stop here. And then at the very end of the Lake Crest and Lake Haven, these two roads currently stop, but Lake Vista does not. So this will make this an always stop, and this will not always stop. So that's our 12 intersections. And yes,
Thank you so much,
thank
Tina.
you very much. And I know we have some community here that would also like to speak.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You did a good job of outlining that, Tina, as always. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have Wendy. Is it Wendy Ordez? Wendy? I couldn't read this on the copy here, so I may have mispronounced your name. Thank you for Thank you for being here this morning. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm here to voice my opposition for it, although it might be controversial.
Okay?
Stop signs are very inconvenient, and not for the people you'd think they're inconvenient for, not for the speeders. They're inconvenient for people who actually do follow the rules. The people who speed are just gonna keep on speeding. They don't care about the speed signs, so they're not gonna care about the stop signs. And there's not enough police presence to actually enforce it. We only see them there once every 3 to 4 months. And even if you put the stop signs, the opportunity to speed is where you said in the long spans of road between the stop signs. So it's not gonna stop anyone from speeding there if they want to speed. Let's see. The money for the stop signs would be put to better use in other places, for example, fixing the roads. Gale Lane and Byram Lane are horrible. They have lots of potholes. Since the stop signs would be ineffective, in my opinion, and lots of people's opinion, the money would be put to better use there. And then, I guess it's a little harsh, but the same people who are advocating for the stop signs are letting their dogs out in the street, letting them attack people, kids going to and from the bus stops. Some of them are also letting their kids out in the street unsupervised, and they're doing things they shouldn't be doing drugs, tearing down the stop signs. So really, all the dogs and kids should stay within their property lines and stay out of the street and under supervision. So kind of to recap, the stop sign would be inconvenient, ineffective, take resources and money away from other things in the neighborhood where it's needed more. There are no sidewalks and playgrounds, so pets and kids should just stay inside the property line, supervised, where there's no harm. And there haven't been four-way stops in the neighborhood ever since it was created years and years ago. So we've been just fine. So why change something that wasn't broken in the first place? I know a lot of people agree with me. They just couldn't be here present on a work day to voice their concerns about it. I know lots of people in the neighborhood who don't agree with it. I think those are the main points.
Thank you.
But, yeah.
And just for future reference, if somebody can't be here, they can also go online and send them in as well, just so you know.
Okay.
So if somebody does agree or doesn't agree, they don't have to actually show up in person. They can.
That's right.
Go
And
online.
just so you know, at the town hall, that was made clear.
Okay. Obviously, you have that option.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
we
thank you,
have-
though, for
yes.
coming.
But we appreciate you being here. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
problem.
It's not always easy to be the one that may be opposition.
Yeah, I'm not a very
It's
good
just
public
constant.
speaker, so.
No, you did fine.
You did great. We're glad to have you here.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you
No
here.
worries. Thank you.
If people do it online, do their comments get read here, or?
They would have,
Okay,
but
all right.
unfortunately today is the day we're
Absolutely.
going to.
For future reference.
Yes, ma'am.
We would get, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Thanks for being here, being part of the process.
Commissioner, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I noticed the address for Wendy and some of these other people is Denton. Are these county roads, or are these in the city of Denton?
It's
I noticed
it's
on-
unincorporated, but like some things, there's unincorporated areas that you list as a city.
The mailing
And-
address.
Yeah, the mailing address, and it gets confusing for that, but no, this is truly unincorporated. It is adjacent to Denton.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Tina can go back on the slide, the PowerPoint there and show the aerial, and it shows the jurisdictional boundaries of the political subdivisions.
Yeah.
All right, next let's have Mary, Lauren, I can't read that. Mary?
Miss Mary?
That's it. Come on down. We're glad to have you here this morning. We've had a lot of different items this morning, so thank you. Now we're doing stop signs. So we've done jails and museums and All right, so good morning. I would like to remind you, we have a 3-minute public comment.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Good.
Good morning, everyone and staff, for everything that you've done. I want to thank Commissioner Kevin for actually taking the time to organize and head this town hall meeting. I'm very new to all this, very new to the community, but I am vested in my new Denton County and Vacation Village, and in my new home, and in this little pocket of Vacation Village in Denton County. It's very, very small, as you can see, 4 streets, 5 streets. So I'm going to pretty much read. I'm not going to take very much time. Many families that I've come to meet in the very, very short time that I've lived here, they also appear to be very vested in this little community. And putting up these 4-way stop signs, I quite frankly have not done much research. Mostly I learned about it at the town hall, and I know the first thing that crossed my mind was speed bumps. But now I know legally why they're not going to work, because of the fire department coming in, the ambulance. I totally respect that. And it is the speeding that's mostly taking place. What I learned is Friday night and Saturday night. I feel that, as Commissioner Kevin had mentioned, that it's a start. And yes, as Wendy had mentioned, I questioned also, are they going to abide by those 4-way stop signs? Are they abiding by the 20-mile speed limit that we have? I really don't know. Like I said, I'm fairly new here, but the fact that, as Commissioner Kevin said, it will bring attention to our little community. It's a start. And it gives us something that legally we could call and say, we see this car speeding, or they're doing, you know, it gives us now a crime that we can call on, right? So, pretty much that's where I stand. I hope to see you all many, many times. I'm a very positive person. I feel like I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. Good. And to find so many beautiful little families here at Vacation Village that, if you ever drive through there, you know that it's really intimidating at first. But when you get to meet the families, it's like amazing. I met at town hall meeting people that, Lori sat next to me, 45 years, no, Chuck, living there 45 years. His dad lived there 45 years. He's lived there 40 years, 40. Lori, living there 40 years in Vacation Village. And I thought, wow. And then the other speaker that's going to speak, Linda, just met her at the town hall meeting. She's lived there 30 years. 30 years. Talk about people being vested. And I don't know, but I think the attendance that we had, you did mention.
We had to bring in chairs for the 2020 room.
Right, imagine. So I'm looking forward to more town hall meetings. Oh, sorry. God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
Robbie, I also want to make our place, as many others, a great place to live. Thank you.
Well, Ms. Mary, come back and see us again.
Yes.
We like happy, positive people,
Yes,
so
we
you're
do.
welcome anytime.
Ma'am, I just want to clarify that you are for, obviously.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am.
Want to make
Yes.
sure
With
that
my-
I clearly understand
my
that.
limited
I assumed,
information.
but I
Yes.
didn't hear you say
Yeah.
exactly that, so I'm just making sure.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, and next is Linda Romo. Good morning. We're glad to have you. Thank you for being here.
Buenos días, honorable juez. Mi nombre es Linda Romo, vivo en Vacation Village por alrededor de 30 años. Y estoy aquí nada más para agradecer que pongan atención a Vacation Village y estoy de acuerdo para que pongan los stop, porque la velocidad es en 20 y la gente pasa alrededor de 40 o hasta más.
Judge and Commissioners, my name is Linda Romo. I've lived in Vacation Village for over 30 years. I'd like to express my appreciation to the county for what you are doing for Vacation Village. I believe the stop signs will help reduce the speed at which the vehicles are driving, since the speed limit is 20 and cars are currently traveling more than 40 miles per hour. Thank you.
También quiero comentar, y en mi opinión, y mi pensamiento es que sé que todos estamos en diferentes pensamientos. Algunos estamos de acuerdo y algunos están en desacuerdo con los stop, pero en mi opinión, no de los demás, mía, es que las personas que están en desacuerdo con los stop es porque les afectaría en su velocidad. Entonces, para mí, los stop es una buena decisión para que la velocidad de las personas bajemos en correr fuerte. Gracias.
I understand that there are different opinions for and against. It's my personal opinion that those that are against it are against it because it will affect the rate at which they are traveling. So I do want to note that that is why I believe they are against it. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, Ms. Linda, thank you so much for coming and speaking today. Isabel, thank you for
Isabel.
for the assistance and I want to give Ms. Linda a hand. Thank you
And
for
Linda, yes.
coming up. I appreciate y'all coming and engage, all of y'all. Thank y'all for coming and engaging with your local government at the community meeting the commissioner held, and also coming this morning and putting that on the record. Are there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of or opposed to the potential contemplated action related to the installation of the stop signs at the above referenced locations? Anyone else? Yes. Yes, ma'am, you may ask a question. In about 30 seconds.
Well, the signs won't go up in 30 seconds.
Are you talking about the decision or
The
installation?
the decision.
Yeah, Tina does not have the crews out there just yet,
Yeah.
but that is a legitimate question, and Tina, you can discuss the next steps if the court approves this.
While Tina's coming up, I'd like to ask Isabel just a real quick question, because we did ask if they could also contact us. We haven't had any other contacts in our office, have we, Isabel? Can you come up to, just so we have it on the record? I want to make sure we have that. Isabel Hernandez.
Yeah.
Chief Administrator.
Commissioner, yes, we did receive about 5 phone calls to our office, all of which were in favor of the stop signs.
Thank you
Yes,
very
thank
much.
Very good. Good information. Okay,
And
go,
I also
go ahead,
wanna-
Tina.
I also
30
wanna thank
seconds from now,
Isabel.
what are you going to do?
Well, 30 seconds from now, if this passes, then I'm gonna call my crews and they're gonna go start putting up stop signs with all way. And then also, I wanna add this isn't a part of stop signs, but we do have plans to, redo the cross streets. They are in bad shape, like they were mentioned, and that is, we are gonna, rehab them and chip seal them. So, and I just wanted to thank Isabel too, because she was a huge help to our office during this whole process too. So thank you, Isabel.
Excellent.
Perfect. All right, very good. All right, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Williams. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, do we have a motion for the action?
Yeah, I'd like to move to approve this item, and I have a couple comments too.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Williams. I would ask that our sheriff's office, and I think it'd be their protocol to go out there and do some enforcement out there after these get installed, and so that it kind of brings some awareness to the fact that they're there, and that's new official action. So go ahead, Commissioner.
Yeah, thank you so much, Judge. So I do want to thank, because at the town hall, we had the sheriff's office, and we had multiple departments there for lots of conversation, and I appreciate all that. And one of the things we did emphasize is that if there are violations, that call, and we will come out and we can do some targeted enforcement. And I know this is it is a difficult thing. I'm always very in public service. It's always been a really tough thing for me to install traffic devices, whether it's a signal or a stop sign, that we don't want or we don't need. But in this case, I think this really is one of those good situations. Like I said, I easily can see why people are, without even knowing it sometimes, because it's just a straightaway, and you're just going much faster than you really think about. And although I'm not positive that everyone will do a full and complete stop at every stop sign, which is the law, clearly. I want to make sure that is the law. But just from a practical perspective, even if they are doing a California stop, that is effectively accommodating much of what we're trying to achieve here. So I just wanted to add that bit. We did at the town hall, I basically said, hey, when we put that out, and there was, Isabel, we had over 100 people. I mean, it was a big crowd, and for not a terribly large neighborhood, but I think that goes to show how important this neighborhood is. But I did say that barring hearing otherwise, that I would be supporting this today. And so at the meeting, granted, many of the people at the meeting were just absorbing and hearing it, but no one at that point, there was talk about the speed bump, so we explained why we can't do that. But there was no one saying, oh, I don't want the stop signs per se. But I appreciate Wendy coming and expressing her opinion, because that's what this is all about, is getting public comment. And there's never a perfect solution on any of these things. But I still believe, I think this will really help with the problem at hand.
Perfect. Good. All right. Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank
y'all for being here.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
All right. Next, let's go back to item 2, which is our consent agenda. Members, are there any items you'd like to pull off our consent agenda? Do we have a motion to approve it as presented? We have a motion by Commissioner Mitchell, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Our consent agenda today consists of item 2A, and by the way, there are no order making appointments this week. And item 2B is approval of budget amendment request 2026205 for the juvenile detention to transfer $1,300 from hospitality supplies to medical expenses. Funds are needed to cover anticipated costs for the remainder of the fiscal year. Let's go to item 3A, approval of resolution recognizing Melinda Hunter's retirement. And she could not be with us today in person, but she is watching online. I want to say hello, Melinda, thank you for watching. This is a resolution honoring Melinda Hunter for 31 years of service to Denton County. The Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, during a regular session on the 28th day of April 2026, considered the following resolution: whereas Lieutenant Melinda Hunter has been a loyal employee of the Denton County Sheriff's Office since September the 26th, 1994, and retired on April the 30th, 2026, with over 31 years of service. Whereas Melinda began her career with the Denton County Sheriff's Office as a clerk before advancing to the role of detention officer, dedicating her entire tenure to the jail's support section. In 2004, she was promoted to corporal, and in 2006, she enrolled in the Denton County Sheriff's Office Peace Officer Academy, earning her Peace Officer license in June 2007. Shortly thereafter, she was promoted to sergeant, and by 2009, she had achieved the rank of lieutenant. In 2018, Melinda earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Texas Woman's University, and she holds both a master jailer license and a master peace officer license, demonstrating her extensive experience, leadership, and commitment to professional excellence. And whereas Melinda is a second-generation law enforcement officer following in her father's footsteps, who also retired after 31 years of service. Wow, that's amazing. In retirement, Melinda looks forward to traveling, riding her motorcycle, and spending quality time with her family. Whereas Lieutenant Hunter's supervisor has commended her for the invaluable contributions she has made to the Denton County Sheriff's Office. She is exceptionally knowledgeable in her field, and her dedication to continually improving the agency's efficacy has been instrumental to the support section's daily operations. It is with great honor and sincere appreciation that we wish her all the best in her retirement. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Denton County Commissioners Court does hereby extend to Melinda Hunter our sincere and grateful appreciation for her dedicated service to Denton County. We congratulate Melinda on her well-earned retirement and extend our best wishes to her for continued success, happiness, and good health in the years to come. Done in open court. That's the 28th day of April, 2026, upon a motion made by by Commissioner Mitchell, second by Commissioner Falconer. Well, Melinda, thank you for your service to the county and to law enforcement, and we appreciate all your, obviously, as evidence here, all your professionalism and continuing education to make it better. And I know that you left the department better than you found it. So thank you so much, and we wish you all the best.
Congrats, Melinda.
Yep, enjoy retirement.
All right. All right. We have a motion and a second. Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Let's give her a big clap. Thank you. Thank you. 31 years. That's great. We did, the court did our quarterly service awards to our employees who did 5 years, 5, 10, 15, and we had so many there yesterday. It's amazing the tenure of the people here at the county.
40 year.
And I was about to say, in 40 years, to our county treasurer, if you're watching, Cindy, congratulations on your 40 years. And Commissioner Mitchell had 30.
Yes.
So let's give her a hand, 30 on that. And Commissioner Williams had 5, so that's great. So that's 5.
Seems like nothing.
Yeah.
That's right, he's young. All right, let's go to item 5A, approval of bill report, payments from CSCD, Community Corrections, TAIP, Sheriff's Training, Sheriff's Fortune, VIT interest, and DA fortune funds are presented for recording purposes only. Good morning. Welcome. Presented. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, there are no changes. All right, the chair will move for approval. Second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. It's good to have you here this morning. Next, let's go to item 6A, approval to declare miscellaneous office furniture, shelving, cubicles, and filing cabinets from the Denton County Civil Courts Building as surplus, advertised in place in online auction 262908 to be held May 2026.
I move for approval, and I got a quick comment.
We have a motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? Go right ahead.
I just wanted to remind, we're not getting rid of all the furniture. In fact, we're going to be using a lot of the furniture, but there is a large surplus. So I just wanted to make sure the commissioners knew we weren't like clearing everything out, because we are going to be able to use.
Getting rid of what we cannot use.
That's right.
That's exactly right. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Next is 6B, approval of the report on proceeds from the vehicle online surplus auction 262904 held in March and April 2026.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 6C, approval to contract with Comprehensive Communication Services LLC for the renovation of Denton County's mobile command interoperability platform vehicle known as Goliath in the amount of $159,075.15 through the Buy Board Cooperative Contract 71423. The chair move for approval.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I want to thank Jody and Roland and all of y'all who put that thing together years ago. It's still, everything needs maintenance, and I appreciate all y'all's efforts years ago on getting that, Jody. I appreciate that.
This ensures it doesn't become inoperable.
That's right.
Interoperable.
All right. Did we vote? All right. I was like, did we vote on that or not? All right. Next is 6D, approval of purchase of Nutanix storage equipment from Freet Data Solutions Incorporated, an approved reseller of Immix Technology Incorporated, in the amount of $459,111.60 for the Texas Department of Information Resources DIR Cooperative Contract DIR CPO 5688.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any comments or questions? All right. Kevin, would you come speak about the Texas Department of Information Resources Cooperative Contract? There's been some misinformation about how these are procured, and I'd love for you to explain to the public so that is clarified.
And we're not giving friends jobs.
Can you explain that the procurement process on this. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Good morning. Texas DIR, or Department of Information Resources, is a state agency. They help local governments and state agencies meet bidding requirements for technology, software, equipment, and services. So Texas DIR will go out for bid for different products and services and software, and then make those contracts available to those agencies to save money. As a state, collectively, we can purchase a lot more than one, county agency like us could do individually. So we get better bulk pricing, it meets bidding requirements, and also saves time from having to go through, an individual bidding process for the county.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I just wanted to clarify that for the public record.
Are you satisfied with the services that they're providing?
Texas DIR?
Yes.
Free it and Texas.
Free it.
Yeah, both.
Yes, yeah. Free, it's a reseller, so
Yeah.
it's primarily the manufacturer that's providing the services to
Okay.
us. But yeah, Texas DIR has been a great partner for the county. I don't know how much, but I'm sure they've saved the county,
Millions.
hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars over the years.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Let's go to 7A, report for miscellaneous equipment and software services presented for recording purposes only. Next is 7B, approval of budget amendment request 2026207 for information technology to transfer $97,866 from the countywide technology software services to technology capital to allocate additional funding for the replacement of end-of-life infrastructure software related to the virtual machine compute refresh and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 8A, which is a report from Human Resource regarding hiring actions of elected officials. This is presented for recording purposes only. Good morning, Gustavo.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. We have one lateral transfer in the County Auditor's Office. We have one promotion in the District Attorney's Office, one promotion in the District Clerk, 5 new hires in the Sheriff's Office. 3 of those are detention officer ones. And that is it for this week.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Next, let's go to item 9A, report an approval of amendment number 3 to the immunization local contract between the Department of State Health Services, DSHS, and Denton County Public Health. The chair move for approval.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 9B, approval of the Texas Health and Human Services Federal Funding Accountability and Transparency Act certification form for the WIC program contract.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Falconer. Second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 10A, approval of the Barossa Estates final plat. This is Lot 1, Block A. This is 3.016 acres located in Commissioner Precinct 4. Motion by Commissioner Edmondson, second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next, let's go to item 12A, approval of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers agreement with Denton County for the 2026 summer patrol services at Lake Louisville. Motion by Commissioner Mitchell, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 13A, approval to request from the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts to disperse Denton County's portion of unclaimed capital credits received for electric cooperatives in the county service area for the report year 2026 and any appropriate action. The chair will move for approval. Second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 13B, approval of a request to submit a grant application to the U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice Assistance, the BJA Adult Treatment Court Program for the amount of $959,803 for 4 years of funding and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Mitchell. Was it Mitchell? Oh, Edmondson. I'm so sorry, Diane. Second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, ma'am. Next is 13C, approval of a request to submit a grant application to the U.S. Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the BJA Veterans Treatment Court Program for the amount of $993,920 for 4 years of funding and any appropriate action. Motion by Commissioner Mitchell, second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 13D, acceptance of the resignation of Johnny Hammonds as Denton County Constable Precinct 1, effective May the 29th, 2026.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I will say that the court will be contemplating the process of filling that vacancy later today with an announcement on next steps to be provided. So just wanted to let the public know that. Let's go to item 14A, approval of the interlocal lease agreement between Denton County, Texas and the Texas Department of Public Safety through its Texas Ranger Division for 154 square feet of office space at the Denton County Southwest Courthouse located at 6200 Canyon Falls Drive, Northlake, Texas. We have a motion by Commissioner Edmondson. The chair will second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. We got our receptionist said that the Texas Rangers are here to see you, Judge, and I thought they would be bringing a baseball, but it was actually the Texas Rangers, the different Texas Rangers. So anyway, they were looking for some space, and I'm glad that we could meet with them and that we could provide a partnership with them. So we can't always do lease agreements, but if we have space, we'd like to do. What were you saying?
Oh, I thought it just took one Texas Ranger.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. All right, next is 14B, approval of the interlocal cooperation agreement between Denton County, Texas and the city of Denton, Texas for the Cleveland Gibbs Road at Robeson Ranch Road and Robeson Ranch Road project, with Denton County agreeing to contribute $5,800,000 towards satisfactory completion of the project, with funding to come from all our line items 80892900 and to be transferred to SC 9004 WDF 8089 CC 90200 PR 9064 PRJ 260007. No, I will not repeat that. But you'll make a motion and I'll second it. Commissioner Edmondson, thank you for your continued work on the roadways out in Precinct 4, and this is evidence of that, so I appreciate that. Any other comments? We have a motion and a second. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 14C, approval of the 25-year easement and consent agreement. This is DACW 632-260532 with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for the fiber relocation, operation, and maintenance of county-owned fiber infrastructure associated with the East Jones Street and North Keeley Avenue Road project, as recommended by Kevin Carr, the Chief Information Officer. Motion by Commissioner Mitchell, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 14D, approval of a 5-month extension to the agreement for alternative dispute resolution service between Denton County, Texas and the Denton County Alternative Dispute Resolution Program, DCAP, in the amount of $60,000 with funding to come from the Mediation Services Order Line Item 0153922040. The chair move for approval. Second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? I'd like to thank you, Holly, for all your efforts on this and working with the entity.
And I'm
Yes, ma'am.
sorry, Judge, we do have some corrected language
Oh,
on this court
you're
order.
exactly right. Thank you. Let me read this revised court order. My motion is to approve a 5-month extension to the agreement for alternative dispute resolution services between Denton County, Texas and the Denton County Alternative Dispute Resolution Program, DCAP, in the amount of $60,000 with funding to come from Mediation Services, order line item CC 202001001 PR 2005. That's my motion.
Okay.
And it's
Move to-
seconded by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Bianca. Let's go back and do another item
3D.
that I skipped, which is 3D. Thank y'all very much. Approval of a proclamation recognizing April 2026 as National County Government Month and any appropriate action. And let's go ahead and read this court proclamation. This is a court proclamation recognizing April 2026 as the National County Government Month in the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, during a regular session on April 28, 2026. Consider the following proclamation. Whereas the nation's 3,069 counties serve more than 330 million Americans, providing essential services that create healthy, safe, and vibrant communities. And whereas since 1991, the National Association of Counties has designated April as National County Government Month to showcase the vital responsibilities, including public health, infrastructure, justice, and community development, that touch nearly every aspect of our residents' lives. And whereas as our nation celebrates its 250th anniversary of independence, Denton County recognizes its own historic 180-year milestone of serving the community as a dedicated intergovernmental partner. And whereas Denton County continues to be one of the fastest growing counties in the nation, with a population exceeding 1,068,000 residents, while demonstrating fiscal stewardship by maintaining its lowest property tax rate since 1986. And whereas with more than 2,000 dedicated public service, Denton County remains committed to visionary infrastructure, expanded health and human services, secure elections, safe communities, economic resilience, and sound emergency management, among other initiatives and services. And now, therefore, be it resolved, the Denton County Commissioners Court does hereby recognize April 2026 as National County Government Month and encourages all residents to learn more about this year's We Are Counties campaign as we continue to grow and blossom as a county. Done in open court. That's the 28th day of April 2026 upon a motion made by the chair. Second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? Well, I just want to say that, you know, I'm so proud of our county government, and not only Denton County's government, but the counties across the state and the 3,000 across the U.S. that continue to deliver life-saving services, 911, emergency management, the court systems, health services that we do. Counties were called upon so much 5 and 6 years ago, to help implement life-saving measures. And so I just want to thank all the individuals that work for the counties across the U.S. And I would encourage our public to learn more about your county government, because it's amazing the services that we provide, truly from cradle to grave, that we provide in an efficient and effective way. So I want to congratulate everybody that does it. Commissioner Edmondson.
I think all of us would agree that if any of our cities, towns, municipalities in our precinct want to hear from us about what county government does and what it is, we'd be happy to go and speak. Just let us know. We're happy to come. I'm speaking for all of us, I'm sure.
It's okay, you did good.
Perfect. Any other comments about county government? All right, we have a motion and a second. Hearing no other comments. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll dispense with taking a picture of ourselves. All right. Next, let's go to item 17, which is community updates. We'll start with Commissioner Precinct 1.
Thank you, Judge. Congratulations to Denton County. Our Denton Ryan alumni, Anthony Hill Jr., class of 2023, who has been drafted by the Tennessee Titans in the second round of the NFL draft. Best of luck to him in his professional football career. Also, we have quite a few teams that are in the playoffs. We've got for softball and baseball. Best of luck to the Geyer girls softball team as they head to the second round of the 6A Division II playoffs. They will play on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday if needed. Best of luck to the boys baseball teams at Geyer, Sanger, and Aubrey as they head into the first round of the playoffs this week. Third thing I would like to mention is I want to thank everybody from the vehicle committee that we met yesterday. We spent a lot of time reviewing the potential purchases, which unfortunately there's always a lot of purchases that have to be done, and in consideration for the future of Denton County, making sure our employees have appropriate equipment and vehicles. And so thank you to the KIP committee, and also I want to say thank you to the department heads that came prepared to have those discussions. It makes it a lot easier and a lot faster. The last thing I'll say is if you decide in the future to not send a representative, I just want to make it very clear, because we did have that occur. In the future, you will not get what you're asking for if you cannot be respectful enough to send a person from your department. So I just want to make that extremely clear. But thank you to everybody that did show up.
Perfect.
That's all I've got.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Commissioner Falconer.
Thank you, Judge. So I want to first have a shout out here to Officer Carlos Henderson of the City of the Colony Police Department. He was awarded the Mental Health Officer of the Year by the Texas Crisis Intervention Team Association. I've gotten to know Officer Henderson in my time as a commissioner, and he is just an absolutely outstanding individual and officer, and takes a real he really does take concern with mental health issues in the county.
That's awesome, by the way.
It's
Congratulations
great.
to him.
He's a great asset. Also in the colony, we have Up and Away. It's a festival of flight at Prestwick Elementary on May 2nd from 3 to 7. That's going to be kite flying demonstrations, birding demonstrations. They're probably going to be a falconer there, and general fun for the family. Crossroads is having their Crossroads Community Market on May 2nd from 8 to noon. That'll be at 2042 FM 424. And then Carrollton has May the 4th be with you. I don't have a list. That is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. That's in historic downtown Carrollton on May 4th from 5 to 8. Been doing this for many years now, but you get to dress up as a Star Wars character or whoever, and there's lots of fun on those days. So that's all I have.
Perfect. Thank you. Commissioner Mitchell.
First, I want to give a shout out to Louisville alumni Taylor Green, who was drafted into the NFL to play for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Also,
two of them.
Current Agora Music Fest, May 1st, live concert at the Agora Commons. Also, Butterfly Garden Works in Corinth, May 2nd. Also in Flower Mound, concerts in the park, and it says Decades. I don't know anything about that musical group. Some of you people may know about it, but I'm probably too old to know about it. Then we have Holland Village movie in the park, Zootopia. Zootopia 2, May 1st. The movie begins at twilight at Doubletree Ranch Park. Holland Village Art Festival, May 2nd, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Shops at Holland Village. Louisville Flower Moon Night Hike, May 1st at 7:30 p.m. at Layla. And a big shout out to the Boys and Girls Club of Denton County, Mission in Motion, that had a grand opening, ribbon cutting for their permanent place in Louisville. I want to thank the city of Louisville for providing a location with little money that they could purchase. And thanks to my Commissioners Court for providing $3 million for seed money. I want to thank every one of you all. You know, we were one of the largest counties that did not have a Boys and Girls Club.
The largest
The largest.
in the U.S.
And then I want to shout out to Jocelyn McMurray, who came to my office and asked why couldn't Denton County have a Boys and Girls Club. And April called Tarrant County, and we started working on it. And now we have a Boys and Girls Club in Denton County, and the judge and the city of Louisville and the Boys and Girls Club of Tarrant County. We were all there on Friday. Everybody's happy, and I'm thankful that we have a place that our little young people can go, not only to be kept in the evening time like a babysitter, but to learn computer work and all kind of things, arts and crafts. It's just wonderful that we...
Mentorship.
It's wonderful that we were able to bring the Boys and Club, I'm tongue-tied this morning, the Boys and Girls Club back to Denton County, and so all of our citizens can enjoy it, and there's a place for the young people to come, and as the judge says, mentorship is so important to our young kids these days. We have everything going on in the world, all kind of bad things. Anytime that we can bring something good to the county, I want to be in the middle of it. Thanks to the Boys and Girls Club. Thanks, Jocelyn, for putting that on my radar. And thanks to my Denton County Commissioners Court and the city of Louisville for making it happen.
Absolutely. Commissioner Edmondson. That was a great project, Commissioner Mitchell, and I want to thank you for all your efforts.
Commissioner Mitchell, that was a great project.
Go right ahead, Commissioner Edmondson.
I would like to reach out to a young man named Cooper Lutkenhouse. He is a 17-year-old from Justin Northwest High School, and last month He became the youngest ever world indoor champion after winning the 800 meter at the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Poland, a time of 1.44 minutes to win his semifinal. I think that's so awesome that we have one of the fastest people in the entire world right here in Denton County, so congratulations to him. On top of that, we have Crum, Ponder, and Argyle have their softball teams going into the second round of playoffs this week. They won last Friday. And we also have Julia Leitner of Argyle heads to Girls State Tennis Tournament on the singles event. So we've got such great athletes, as Commissioner Williams points out, throughout Denton County. Here in New Fairview, they've got a Chunk Your Junk Day coming up.
Say that again.
Chunk Your Junk.
Chunk your junk, okay.
Chunk Your Junk. And you can do this, bring your junk, dispose of it free for city residents. So I'm sorry, Judge, you won't be able to chunk your junk. But anyone who's a resident of New Fairview can do that. The second from 8 to 12.
You need to say that 3 times fast, Diane. I want to hear that. No, I'm teasing you. Go right ahead.
Thank you. And then in Roanoke, we're going to have Taste and Tunes on Oak Street, a day of good food, live music, and fun for the whole family, May 2nd, from 12 to 9, from noon till 9 p.m. So lots of good stuff going on in Precinct 4. Thank you, Judge.
Perfect, good, thank you. Well, I would like to just remind everybody that today, Tuesday, April 28th, is the last day of early voting in the May joint elections, and the polls are open until 7 p.m. The polls will be open on Election Day, Saturday, May the 2nd, from 7 to 7, and votes can only be cast in the precinct locations on Election Day. So I want to remind everybody of that, and vote locations can be found at votedenton.gov, votedenton.gov. So I'd like to give a Denton County shout out to a DCTA Go Zone driver who was recently recognized, and John Johnson, a Go Zone driver, was recognized for his exceptional efforts during the winter storm Fern. He took extra care to ensure an unhoused individual in a wheelchair was able to be housed and not left out in the elements. When shelters were full, he took her to a hotel and covered the cost himself for the 2 nights. So listen, a big shout out to John Johnson, one of our Go Zone drivers, and we have so many great Go Zone drivers helping across our DCTA service area. So looking out for your fellow citizen, that's just exceptional. I'd like to give a community shout out to Anjanelle Risley, who is 95 years young, and she has been volunteering at local hospitals for 27 years. She began at Denton Community Hospital and continued with Texas Health Presbyterian, where she has been since it opened in 2005. What amazing accomplishment, an example of the spirit of volunteerism right here in Denton County. And speaking of exceptional people, I'd like to give a shout out to my sweet daughter who's with me today. Bring your daughter to work day, I guess. So anyway, she said she was here and wanted to come to Commissioner's Court this morning, so it's good to have Caroline Eads with us today. So hello, sweetheart. She's back there with her Aunt Lynn, and no telling what they're talking about, what's going on today. So
I think I'm going to have to get an autograph.
An autograph, yes. So anyway, let's go to an executive session. We've got 3 items today. And one is 15A under Texas Government Code 5510711B, consultation with attorney in a closed meeting when a governmental body seeks its advice of its attorney about a settlement offer regarding cause number 242705481, style Denton County, Texas versus the O'Haver Company Ltd, currently pending in the 484th Judicial District Court of Denton County, Texas. 15B, Texas Government Code 5510711A, consultation with attorney in a closed meeting when a governmental body seeks the advice of its attorney about pending litigation in cause number 263611431, style Denton County of Denton, Texas versus Victoria Johnson et al., currently pending in the 431st Judicial District Court of Denton County, Texas. And 15C, Texas Government Code 5510748, personnel matters, closed meeting to deliberate the appointment of the Denton County Constable Precinct 1, effective May 29, 2026. And it is 10:39, and we're in executive session.